In this episode, you're going to find out exactly what David and I would do if we were starting over today.
If I start from nothing, I'm picking up a camera to learn how to use it.
Okay.
Because, what does every person who has money as an entrepreneur, coach, whatever, need? They need content.
You can do the same exact thing on social media, whatever it is that you're interested in, your fetishes, whatever. Create a social media page, post content related to it, attract people who like that conversation, let the page grow so big, one day you sell it.
There's a formula, there is a checklist that needs to happen the moment you get excited about an idea. You got to take that idea through this checklist.
Coming up with ideas for us isn't the hard part. It's the how are we going to get it done. And it's not even usually the how you do the thing in terms of step one, you do this, step two. It's more so is how are we going to have the capacity to do it around everything else.
If y'all think that Donni shot this shot at this married man, just comment below.
Hey, what's your name? Mike, you're in Morning Meetup? Welcome, is this your first time here? You've been here while I've been here? Can you take your hat off real quick? How old are you, Mike?
What's up with you? Oh my gosh. You're 23? Wow, Donni was shooting her shot. You didn't even know it.
You're gonna learn how he, under the bus, tried to hook me up with a married guy in this episode.
Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. We're here live in the studio and we're gonna talk about entrepreneurial things. This is really gonna help you, so stay tuned. And Donni has something she wants to discuss.
Oh, I do. So welcome you guys to another edition. I am Donni Wiggins, your favorite business coach, and this guy is Dave.
My name is David Shands. I'm wearing my new jacket.
He is your favorite podcast coach.
Well, it's not a new jacket, but Sose made this jacket. My wife actually got him to do it for my birthday last year.
It was for your birthday.
Yep.
You've got a birthday coming up soon. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Dre, she's not really feeling it because I'm going out of town for my birthday.
Yeah. What did I say? David hit me, booking me for a speaking event in LA, and I looked at the date. I'm like, that's your birthday. He's like, yeah.
I got kids to feed.
That's what he said. I got kids to feed.
I said, we'll do something special on Sunday. Yo, what is it about the whole birthday thing that gets people so excited to celebrate?
You mean the celebration of a new year of life?
Is it not as special as the day before? Or every morning when you wake up?
Yeah, but this is the milestone in which you can track. Every single day is special. And if you have the time, you should celebrate every single day. I do through praise and worship. But
what does that look like? What do you mean?
So part of my prayer ritual and routine is to thank God for another day. Thank you for waking me up today.
But the actual physical praise and worship, what do you do exactly?
It depends. So oftentimes I am prayer and worship for me. If like a regular day, I'm usually in the shower. There's usually like tears because I get really emotional when I'm praying because I'm really like kind of all in. But like on Sunday for whatever reason, maybe because I'm getting ready for church, like I wake up before I do anything, I turn my TV on, like gospel music, and I'm like around my house and, shouting and, stuff. I get into it, honey.
I'd be interested to know what your Instagram usage is on Sundays, even though you just said what you just said.
I'd be interested to know too. I mean, what does that have to do with it?
Because I think you wake up and you be on the gram.
No.
You stop mid-worship if you get a notification.
So that's not true because I don't get notifications. My phone is 100% of the time on Do Not Disturb. I am on Instagram during a Sunday, but it's never the first thing that I do.
During the sermon?
No. On a Sunday. It's never the first thing that I do on any day of the week. During the sermon, occasionally, yes, because I'm usually posting.
You're addicted.
No, I'm usually posting a clip from Pastor Darius Daniels, like I'm promoting the church. I'm showing him doing his thing and he be doing his thing. And so I capture it and I'll post it and I put my phone down. Shout out to Change Church, Pastor Darius Daniels.
Rocks with Darius, man. One of the most prolific speakers I've ever met. And the way he just frames his words is just incredible. Actually, Marcus Rosary, Neil had a, what? What were you going to say?
Oh, I thought this is where you were going with it, but I believe another voice who delivers in a similar way as Marcus. Yeah. Marcus Rozier delivers in a very similar way as Darius.
We had a mastermind at Neo's house last week, and he did maybe like a 15 minutes on presentation and communication, and it was just mind-blowing. The way he's framing his conversations, not just being a good speaker, there's an art to it.
Are you talking about Marcus?
Marcus Rozier, yep. So now actually me and Terica, we were sitting there, and Terica was like, yo, I want to sign up for the course. I was like, he doesn't have a course. Well, she was like, what's the program? How much is it? I was like, I don't think he has one. He's just good at it. Yeah. So we came up with this plan to go back to Mexico. We would have called you and included you, but like we'll just pay for his trip for him to train us how to speak.
When was this gonna be?
We didn't even put it together. It was just a conversation. It's not like I had a date and bought a ticket like you be doing. But it was really, really, good. Anyway, where was I going?
Okay, real quick.
Your Instagram usage.
Probably going to see Usher on the 21st
of
whatever month.
Whatever month the following month is, or the month that we're currently in?
The month that we're currently in.
Oh, we're going to Orlando in the month that we're talking about my family.
On the 21st?
Okay. In the month that we're in?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just letting you know because I don't want to buy a ticket and then you see me, and you're like, oh, my God, why didn't I go?
That's all good. So, where were we? How much you use Instagram, right?
No, we're not on that. Listen.
What are we talking about?
We're not talking about that at all. Here's what we're going to talk about today.
Relationship advice. So, I think I got like good relationship advice for people. It's just the only thing is a lot of people don't like my relationship advice, but it's still quality information.
David, I don't want your relationship advice.
Why not? I've been happily married for 5 years. The whole 5 was
the whole happy, 5 happy?
They were just full of bliss, but most of the time,
now?
Yeah, most of the time, most of the time. Obviously, we go through these little patches. Like, and me and Dre, we laugh about like, yo, that season. Ooh. She said one time, she's like, I'm about to go to my parents' house.
I remember. She told me.
And I said, because our parents live in Orlando, and I said, if you do that, I want you to understand that this is a permanent decision. I said, this is a very permanent decision. This isn't one of those, I'm out, and then we go talk about it later. This is a very permanent decision. Mm-hmm. She ain't going nowhere. And we're still together, see?
Do you think that comment to her, that response, scared her into staying, or she never really wanted to go?
I don't think she was going to go anyway.
Yeah. Hey, what's your name? Mike. You're in Morning Meetup? Yes. Welcome. Is this your first time here?
No,
third. Huh. You've been here while I've been here?
Yeah, he's been here a couple of years. He was here.
Can you take your hat off real quick? How old are you, Mike?
What's up with you? Oh my gosh. 23? You're 23? Wow, Donni was shooting her shot. You didn't even know it.
Donni was not shooting
Yes, she was.
her shot.
You never stopped the whole recording saying, oh my gosh.
I stopped
you did it before?
the recording because he was loud as heck.
No, he wasn't loud.
Mike, were
was
you not
loud?
loud?
Hold on, no. Nah, man. What does him kicking the chair have to do with his age? And take your hat off. You shot a little shot.
No,
You gave a vibe.
He's been here before, and I wanted to see if maybe he just looked different.
Reese, if you are at the bar and somebody...
We're not at a bar. We're at the Social Proof Podcast.
Okay, if you're
Can we please talk about entrepreneurship?
Say you're at the function.
If you are in the comments right now and you're sick of this crap and you want us to talk about entrepreneurship, comment, stay on track, David.
Just say you're at the function and somebody asks you to take your hat off, get a good look at you, find out your age, and then say, oh, never mind, when you don't get the right answer.
She said get off track, David.
Come on, man. I'm just saying, if somebody's asking you these type of questions, like, hold on, take your hat off real quick.
He said that he had been here before. I'd never seen his face. He came in, he ran into the chair. I'm just trying to make sure we're in the right room. Are you in Morning Meetup?
You trying to see what's going on?
If not, are you
just
an
be honest, you were trying to see what's going on.
I swear.
Maybe you want to try to go on a date with him, but you were just trying to see what's happening.
That is not the case. Not to take anything away from you, young man. But that is not the case.
Why did the questioning end when he said he's 23? That's all I'm asking. If the question ended with like, yo, where you from?
Because
okay, cool.
you started getting involved, and I'm like, here we go with this.
Was I involved?
Kay, please have my back here. Is this?
No, come on, Kay, don't just.
Chair made noise.
He literally, did you stumble into the chair?
I did.
Okay, I would have been 100% okay if she said, well, why did you kick the chair? Did you know we recorded? Is your phone on silent? The question is, take your hat off. Let me see.
I asked him, is this your first time? You've been here. And then he says 3 times he's been here. I'm like, I've never seen you before. Can we get this angle real quick? Take your hat off.
I just want to see. Can we get this angle?
Why do you have a microphone?
Yeah,
who just gave you a microphone?
Let's get this angle because there's some people that on YouTube is going to look and be like, oh yeah, she was shooting a little shot. My man got the tats and all that.
He also has on a wedding ring.
Which makes it worse. What's up with you? Do you want somebody asking your husband, take your hat off real quick?
For identification purposes? Yes. Yes.
His hat's on backwards.
I could not.
His hat's on backwards.
Can you take your hat off real quick? Take your hat off real quick. There's a difference with the hat. You take your hat off.
I could take my hat off.
Is there a difference?
100%.
There's
yes,
a difference.
Yes.
He said he's been here several times. I'm like, take your hat off.
But his hat is backwards, meaning you can see his whole face.
No, I cannot. I cannot see the top half of his face.
You can't see the top hat. His hat ain't that. His hat is above his eyebrows.
Take his hat. Can you take your hat off just one more time?
Now you're trying to win. Olivia, come on. You ever ask somebody to take their hat off just to identify them if they weren't attracted?
Yes.
Hat on backwards?
Is there a second mic? Is there a second mic?
Okay, why?
Hold on, let's get
why
the mic.
Is the hat such a big thing?
Let's get the.
Because even when I'm wearing a wig.
Oh, give her that real quick.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it looked totally different if I put the hairline like right here and then right here.
Thank you.
It just look different.
If your hair,
and especially guys, they look different. And he could have had hair under there.
But what I'm saying is, if the reason that she's questioning him is about the sound and have you been here before, you don't have to take off your hat. If his hat was forward, I get it. But his hat was on backwards.
Guy. That's why we're having this discussion.
Of course you agree with your cousin.
No, you gotta have a mic.
Give her the mic.
Give her the mic.
It was a progression of a conversation. He made the noise when she sat down. She said, "Oh, welcome." He said, "Hey, have you been here before?" "I have." "Have you been here when I've been here before?" I think I actually have once." Let me see you."
That's what it was.
Let me see.
Okay.
And when he took his hat off, it wasn't familiar with the hat.
Okay.
And then she realized, hey, you're still not familiar without the hat. So it was just two
Explain the last question. Explain the last question. No. I want to see if she can defend this last question.
Which was what?
How old are you? And then the answer is 23, and she says, "Oh."
No, you start creeping in from the side, and I'm like,
okay, hold on. Explain that.
I think it's just a question of getting to know. Like, hi, how are you?
Why is she trying to get the notice, brother, in the middle of a recording?
That was not it at all.
It's just a question. How old are you?
But that wasn't it. That wasn't why I asked. Look at him with that. Can we get a camera on him? Look at him with this hat on. Okay, take your hat off. Can you say, I've been here about 3 times?
Does his face change?
No. Can you say, I've been here about 3 times? Okay, hold on. He got to do that on the mic. Get him the mic real quick. Okay.
I am so interested in knowing where this is going.
All right. Can you say the words, I've been here about 3 times? This is what he said.
I've been here about 3 times.
This looks like a grown ASS man.
He is a grown man.
I mean like 30s grown. Yeah. When he started talking, he sounds 15. When his voice came out, I became confused. How old are you?
Okay.
When he took his hat off, I'm like, he still looks like a very, very grown man. When he started speaking, how old are you? Then you start creeping up from the side.
So bad.
And I said,
you're reaching so bad right now. That's not a reach? No. Oh my God. Yo, Donnie's reaching so bad. In the middle of the recording. How do you, 23. Okay.
That didn't happen.
No, it was to you.
That's
I guarantee you, if it was a random person who wasn't her archetype, let's put it on the table. Let's
name
put it on
one
the table.
man that you've seen that I've dated that looks like.
Let's just
We're not
put it on the
taking
table.
anything from you, okay? But name one guy you've seen me date that looks like that.
I know what you into.
You know who I've dated.
I know what you into.
You know who I've dated.
We've been on a plane swiping through your what's that account? What's the account?
Tinder or Bumble.
Yeah,
it was
the
Bumble. It was
we
Bumble.
swiped through, and we've talked about your reaction. Like, okay, I see. He looked
Baby,
like
we didn't see one attractive man on my Bumble.
Would you?
Now you're
Okay,
telling a
let's-
lie.
No
Now
ring.
you're telling a
no
bold-faced
ring.
lie.
No ring.
We
No.
swiped left on every single person. Now David is reaching, and I don't like it,
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
getting angry.
Let me ask this question: if he showed up on your Bumble, would you do the right?
He wouldn't
would you do
show
the correct
up
swipe?
on my Bumble.
If he did.
A 23-year-old.
If he was 40.
Now you're putting me in a position to make this man either feel attractive or unattractive, and I'm not doing that.
She thought she was a vibe. You're married. She thought you. I'm just putting it out there. She thought she was a vibe. She was trying to figure out what's going on.
All right, so we're about to just first of all, okay.
And if you wasn't, if you
Why are
wasn't
we
in
still
your
talking about
situation,
this?
no, I'm just saying, I would have. Oh no, but he's married, so never mind.
We're not putting a married man on blast.
You just did.
No, I didn't. You made a
Just
big deal out
questioned
of
my
it.
boy. Yo, man, she's wild. Anyway, where are we?
Sorry,
Okay.
what?
The last interview with the girl the lady wear all green.
Yeah. Oh, what Blessing? What Blessing was here? Oh yeah.
What did Blessing do?
Oh, whoa. First off, we're not incriminating nobody that's here. We're not incriminating nobody, but anyway.
She was with it.
All right. Where were we?
Is that what you did? You did this?
Where
Oh,
were
that's
we?
so cute.
All right. Here we go. All right. Today's conversation. Okay.
Today we're going to be talking about if we had to start all over.
Yes. So
No, we're not.
If
We're going to
there
go
was-
with your second idea.
I don't want to go with that one.
I do, though.
What, relationship advice? We could do this. We could sit here all day. I'm with it. I got some credentials. I've been married for 5 years.
I think that's awesome. Let's give it up for David. He wants an applause. He wants an applause. I mean, this is his third time saying it. So let's one more time, just for marriage, but particularly for David and Andrea.
You're saying it in a condescending manner?
No, because I've been married never. So give it up to
I
me
know.
for not being married ever.
Yeah, it's on the way, Donni.
That's an equally celebratory thing. Some married people are like, no, you stay, trust me, single. One more time for all the single people in the room. Let's give it up.
You just made a whole show.
Did I?
Yeah, it was good though.
Okay.
All right, so
Which one?
I think preparing people, because we're moving into a new season, and I think people need to try to figure out what they're going to do. So has anyone ever been, or if you're kind of undecided now on, I want to do something, I'm just not 100% sure what it's going to be. Anybody here? It's okay, Kay. It's all good. Yes, Kay. I mean,
sure we
whether
have a
it's
mic.
now, ever, whatever. I know we've all been in that space, and who knows, the thing that we're doing now, we may be uncomfortable with and saying, yo, I want to do something else. The thing that I'm doing right now, it's just not as, I think there could be something else to do. So I want to jump into a bunch of ideas. I was talking to a young lady. She booked me for an event. I spoke at her event in Denver. And for one, she said there was about 100 people in and out, right? What was interesting is she had a $20,000 pitch, like business pitch, where people can get up there, pitch for $20,000. I was one of the judges, and we had to pick one of those people to receive that $20,000, and it was a real $20,000. It wasn't like $20,000 in services. It was a real $20,000. I'm like, whoa, how you do that? She's like, I had a sponsor to sponsor this $20,000 giveaway. I said, well, that's cool. And like all of her events, she just gets this money sponsorship. She also said, yo, do you want to fly, I'm gonna fly you in. And she said, well, I have a sponsorship with Southwest where they'll buy the tickets for all the speakers. And I said, this is incredible. Now I flew Delta, I declined the Southwest, but I thought it was cool. She got some sort of, that's lit. How you do that? So she came into the office yesterday and we had a conversation, and she's doing a bunch of stuff. She's in this transition, which all of us are. And, well, not all of us are, but I'm often in a transition of where my focus goes. And I said, yo, how do you get these sponsorships? She said, oh, well, you just talk to the right people. You have connections. Stop touching me. Get off my shoes.
I'm not on your shoes.
I should have put lotion on.
For sure.
But you can't see my ankles, so. Can we stay focused? Where was I in the story? Okay, so she came by and I said that there is a gaping hole in the market and people really need you. And she builds multiple businesses, but the challenge is she has to build them all. What happened? Okay. What happened? Okay.
Yeah, stay focused.
I'm trying to, it's too much going on in here. Are we good?
We're
all right,
so
cool.
good.
Anyway, are y'all following the story so far? Okay, good. So I said there is a need for you because you know how to get sponsorships for events,
For
right?
sure.
She said, yeah, no problem. I said, my motto now is I want to be able to do the same thing that I'm doing, but be able to partner with people in the thing that they're building. So if I can promote something through content creation, all that kind of stuff, but I'm a part of this building, this business where you're promoting it, that's how I want to build my income. So let me just do my part. And while you're building it, I get a part of all the stuff that you're working, whatever. So I said, if I were you, I would take that skill set and I would just reach out to anybody that's doing an event and say, I can get some sponsorships for you, and you make money off of getting the sponsorship, and that person continues to build it. So I thought that was a good idea. And she was like, yo, this is something I need to really strongly consider. So we're going to talk on Friday on how she's going to be involved with Podcast Summit. But the point is, we had a conversation of a fresh idea that she can use her talent, her ability to make money.
I love that.
Yep. So that's why I sent you, unless you want to talk about something else. But I think going through a couple different ideas of business models that could work, I think it'd be a good conversation. You don't want to do that? You don't
I'm
have
with
to.
it.
Can I take my
let's do
Starbucks?
it.
I got extra crunch.
Come on.
Sweet. That's lit. I appreciate it. So good to see you in regular clothes, man, because yesterday you definitely had your lounge job clothes on. Okay, so you want to go that direction?
Yeah. What we would do if we had to start. Can I see what you got real quick?
Why are you? Yo, what's up with you? There's a lot going on. I ordered extra crunch.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Has anyone ever had a really good idea that you didn't execute on? It was a very unique idea. Grab the mic. I want to hear it. Let's hear about it. Come on with it. You're already on. Let's do it.
I remembered it. I know it happened to me. It's happened to me, but I don't.
What was the idea?
Remember. Well, in 2015, I started a podcast called "It Is What It Is," and I recorded 7 episodes, and I never released them. Due to inconsistency.
You didn't trademark it, did you?
It was me, myself, and my 2 homegirls, and we recorded it 7 episodes, still have them, and never released them. And now it's kind of like a daggone, should have trademarked it.
Yep.
And should have put it out there, because podcasting is a huge thing.
Describe the feeling you had when you first came up with the idea, though.
Oh, I was super, super excited. My husband has a recording studio, so it was easy to get in there and record it, and my friends were down. And so one of them would actually drive up from Macon, and we would record. And then my other homegirl would, come through and we would record. And so we were all super, super excited about it. Started getting the artwork and everything, just never released it. I think the editing process was kind of tedious, like sitting there listening, because at the time I didn't know to just like kind of just release it and just let it be free. So sitting there trying to like edit it and put it together and like build a story wasn't necessarily in the wheelhouse. So I got frustrated and
Try to describe the
it.
feeling of when you decided you weren't going to do it anymore.
The feeling was a sensation that I was very comfortable with because, you know, growing up, I kind of like quit stuff. Like if you don't like it, you just don't persevere. And that's something that I've learned as an adult. You just kind of I've learned how to persevere through that being uncomfortable or not knowing something, because I've now discovered that part of my quitting was because I was just uncomfortable with not knowing how to do something and wanting to do it and wanting to do it fast and wanting to do it right and being more married to the end result than to what it actually takes to get there. And so the fun part in being a creative is the creative. The tedious part is actually getting the product out there, which most people pay people to do that. But when you're a 1-woman, 2-woman, 3-woman show, it's tough. So you just kind of put it on the back burner and things just kind of dissipate and, you know, mist falls back to the ground and it just fades itself out. So, yes.
Denitra, can you explain that? The feeling of when you get started and the feeling when you quit and that delta in between?
That delta in between?
You like that?
Where'd you learn that? Where'd you pick that up from?
I went to college for like 2 years.
You just went to a conference.
The judgment? Oh my gosh. But anyway, a lot of people go through it.
So when you're asking me to describe the feeling for myself?
Yeah. Or the journey from I'm really excited to the time you decide to quit and what happens between.
Yeah, I think Candace said a line that I was jotting down that it's the not knowing that makes you want to quit. It's the not knowing how to do something that makes you want to quit. And I believe that's why so many people quit. I know whenever I am taking on something new, it always sounds really exciting. This is the reason for me that I attend so many conferences and workshops, or I'm always around like friends who inspire me and bring something to my table. Because, for example, you'll go to a conference, you'll go, you know, and hear something. You'll sit in a room like this and you'll hear something that's super inspiring and you're like, oh my God, I got to take this and I'm going to go and do this thing with it right now. And then you get home and the kids are crying and, you know, your spouse is spousing, the house is a mess. And it's like, okay, like I just recently came back from a conference. I was back to back traveling for about, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. And so when I got home a couple days ago, my house was a disaster, right? Like just clothes from one suitcase thrown out, trying to make the next flight. And I had all this energy like, oh, I got it. As soon as I get home, I'm going to do this. And the reality was I walked in my house and I'm like, I can't even think in here. It's just too much going on. So I'm trying to start cleaning up. And the cleaning up is just I'm uncovering other things. And I'm like, okay, well, the housekeeper comes tomorrow. I'm just going to let her handle it. And so then the housekeeper comes and she handles it. And now it's 3 days later. The energy to do what I said I was going to do isn't as high, but it is still very high. It's not as urgent as it was 3 days ago. You have to take immediate action. So I have a planning period today where I'm going to take immediate action because I know me, if I get too far detached from the emotion of why I'm doing what I'm doing, not just the reason, but the emotion of why I'm doing what I'm doing, I will stop doing it, or it will be a long, dragged out, tedious process, right? I don't know too many ideas that I actually execute, that I actually start, that I don't finish. For me, the problem comes.
We have a bunch together.
No, not that we've started and didn't finish. I was about to say, for me, the problem comes with the starting, right? If I start something, I'm gonna finish it. But if I don't start it, and we get too away from that conversation, I'm on to something else.
Yeah.
So are you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that deserves a conversation of like, just look at the journey. You're going to be super excited. And I have a formula that I like, a checklist of things that I go through when I have that initial idea, because I'm going to run into one of these, and one of these things are going to prevent me from moving forward. It's the who, what, where, when, why, and how. And I'll go through these briefly while Donnie's doing whatever she's doing. The who is I try to figure out who I'm going to need to pull this off if I have a good idea. It's a good conversation to have. The what is going to be required of me. So I've I've had this really, really good idea. And then we get to this question of what is going to be required of me? How much time is it going to take? How much money is it going to take? How much energy is it going to take? And I've stopped right then before I got too far. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. All right, we take some time, get the emotion out of it. What is going to be required of me to accomplish this? And then I can look at it on paper and say, you know what? Not right now. And it actually saves me 6 months of activity until I figure this out 6 months later that I don't have the time, energy, and attention to put into it. So who, what, when am I going to start, and when am I going to accomplish the goal? So I think that's important to know. Like, when am I going to start? When can I launch this? January 1st? Can I launch it March 1st? And when will I hit the goal that I'm setting out to reach? If this is a play for me to make $100,000, when am I going to start? When's the first workshop or whatever? When's the first promotion? And when should I make the first 100,000? How long is that going to take? And this helps me take the emotion out of it and start checking off boxes. So who, what, when, where am I going to promote this? Like location wise, where am I going to be performing this activity? Who, what, when, where, why? Why am I doing it? That's an important question. And I've got this far, Donni, and I'll say, well, why am I doing this? And then I realize I'm doing it because other people said I should do it. But if I take the time to get the emotion out of this decision that I'm making, and I go through these questions and I have to answer these questions, it stops me in my tracks sometimes and say, David, you're about to get involved in something that you're not ready to take on right now. So why?
That's it right there.
And then the strat, that's not it. The how. Mm-hmm. And I got to figure out how am I going to pull this off? And this typically takes the longest amount of time because it's the strategy and like the planning phase. But again, sometimes I get super excited about something. And if I can't check off all these questions, I leave it alone and keep doing what I'm doing.
That's actually it. It's the how. Coming up with ideas for us isn't the hard part.
Yeah.
It's the how are we going to get it done? And it's not even usually the how you do the thing in terms of step one, you do this, step two. It's more so is how are we going to have the capacity to do it around everything else? And so sometimes you got to think about, like, number one, you have to assess yourself. It's not necessarily fair to say that you quit on ideas if you're a person who thinks like me or even like David. I have constant ideas. Idea after idea after idea after idea. I too want to do everything, but we cannot do every single thing that pops up in our head. And so some of these ideas sound like, oh, this is the one. We got to act on it right now. We got several this is the one ideas that we have to act on right now. But then next month we'll talk and we'll have another idea that we have to act on right now. So
Donni, you actually text me too. You was like, yo, this is the one.
Oh, no, that idea is
we ain't even talk about
one.
it since...
When we talking about
You
it?
the one was excited about it. I'm just saying.
I'm
we ain't
very
talking about it in a
excited
week.
about it. I told you in the middle of a conference when I got the idea, I'm literally taking notes. I'm like, hey, I got the idea. It's the idea of ideas. Like, remind me.
Remind you?
Or something. And he's like, he responds, and I said, I'm still at the conference taking notes. I'll talk to you about it later. Then he's like, tell me now. I want to know. Sir, I'm still at the conference taking notes.
No, okay? I didn't say tell me now. I said talk to me.
Right then.
That doesn't mean that. You took it that way.
That's not what it meant?
So if somebody says, yo, I got something for you, I'm like, talk to me. And then you said, I'm in a conference, we'll talk about it later. Okay. But I'm saying we haven't talked about it.
Means right now.
But that doesn't mean right
anyway,
now.
Nevertheless,
but anyway,
I do have
my point is, though, the emotion, and this is a perfect example going to what we're talking about, the emotion in the moment, so high. Yo, we got to do this.
Yeah, we do.
But between that, yeah, I'm sure we do. But I'm saying between that time and then all the other information you heard and all the other responsibilities and stuff that you're building, it becomes less and less urgent. Even though it's important, it's not like, yo, as soon as I get off the plane, Dave, we got to set a time to do this. You know what I mean? Because there's so much in between idea and execution.
Yeah, that's true. Number one of the things that I like to do is write down all the ideas. I have given so many ideas away to like clients and just people because I've realized that I'm just not going to. There's so many ideas that I had that at the time sounded really amazing, and then I've honestly just lost interest in them. And then there are ideas that I will come up with that I don't have interest in to begin with, but I'll still jot it down because it's a very dope idea. And if I find someone who would be great for the idea, I'll give them the idea. The point of the matter is you have to learn how to start qualifying. Is this an idea for right now, or is this an idea for another time? Mm-hmm. Every good idea you have, you can't execute on in real time. Right. It's just, you don't want to do it. You'll become overwhelmed and all over the place. At one time when I was executing, and even at one time when we were executing on nearly everything, at some point it's like, okay, wait, we gotta slow down and we have to focus on something. And then when we decided to focus, things took off and went very, very well for us. Some of you can multitask. It's not necessarily knowing what I know now. I used to think that I was a person who multitasked. Me now, I forget the details when I'm trying to multitask. It's like something's gonna fall through the cracks. So I don't necessarily multitask major ideas at the same time anymore.
I don't think they added extra crunchiness.
Mine doesn't have the extra crunch either. So good to see you. You always walk in looking so debonair. Am I flirting with him too?
A little bit. All right, let's go through some. Okay, Donni, let's start with one.
One what?
If you're going to start over right now, there's only one business. I mean, you got a job and you're like, I got to get out of this job, and you manifest getting out of the job and they fire you. And you have to make a decision on where to put all your time, energy, and attention. What would you do?
I still have the same career path that I was in.
Whatever your job was.
Okay.
I mean, you can't use you've been coaching for a while, right? So you're just now getting into entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Knowing what I know now, do I at least know what I know now? If I know what I know now, I would still get into coaching. That would still be my plan.
No,
because
I'm sorry. Not that you know what you know now.
Oh.
I'm talking for a general person.
Okay.
The most viable option for someone to get in and learn to make money, like if you had to learn it.
I would do the same thing that I did. Okay. I would go into network marketing.
Gotcha.
It was just like it's a pre-built model. It has all the marketing figured out. Mm-hmm. If I'm working and I'm trying to get off of my job, I have a paycheck coming in, which means that I can afford their monthly auto ship. Mm-hmm. I would definitely leverage that. I would also leverage, because I would do what I did all over again. I would also leverage the skill set that I had from my job and start a company, which is what I did. I worked in property management. I started a property management company. I made great money doing both. I would absolutely do both of those things again. If we're talking about something that I've not ever done before, and it also depends on the time. So are we talking about back then or right now?
Right now.
Right now, today, I would definitely still start in network marketing just because it's so easy to do. But whatever
network marketing for those that don't
network
know.
Marketing is like, think Mary Kay, think Avon, think like the Forex companies, things like that. It's just easy to do. You don't have to figure anything out. And this is coming from if my back is against the wall and I have to make money right now. Yep. But if I am in a place where I just want to get off my job, I have a little bit of money saved, I would definitely start some kind of an internet-based business. If I were starting right now, like these Amazon resellers are absolutely killing it, because I'd be more in the mindset probably of a hustle to help me get off my job, not necessarily a career path. I would still be trying to find myself. That's where I was when I left my job. I didn't leave my job with a clear plan. So I'd still be trying to find myself. I would entertain. I was just supposed to give you one.
Yep.
I gave you 3.
Good. You want to ask me?
Not really, but you want to be asked. Are we giving a list of things back and forth?
We will, but I just want to know, like Donni Wiggins, what you would do. You know what I mean? So you find a network marketing
I'm
company?
a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I would do whatever I have to do.
Right, but you find a network marketing company, a product that you like, probably a good culture. You can make some money fast and long term.
I can make money fast. Yep. So you chose the one for me?
No, that's what you said.
I gave you 3, but if you want to choose that one, we'll go with it. Yes, network marketing. I would 100% be selling stuff.
Yeah.
You.
I'm picking up a camera. I'd be a videographer.
Knowing what you know now?
Absolutely.
But you said not knowing what we know now.
No, I'm just saying it's not. No, I'm just saying if I had to choose something, I'm going to pick up a camera and learn how to use it. Mm-hmm. If I start from nothing, I'm picking up a camera to learn how to use it.
Okay.
Because, like, what does every person who has money as an entrepreneur, coach, whatever, need? They need content. The whole world is run by social media and what's going on social media. So if I can figure out how to use a camera, I'm just asking people to, like, I would set up a camera, say, hey, you need to create some content. We're going to sit down for, I don't know, 2 hours a week or an hour a week. I'm going to create all the content for you. I'll shoot it. We'll edit it. I'll learn how to edit. And I'm going to make money that way. And eventually
That's not knowing what you know. That's leveraging knowing what you know now.
No, it's not.
I'm just putting that out there.
I'm just saying, if I didn't know how to use a camera, I'm not saying I'm taking my skill set of using a camera. How is that knowing what I know now?
Now, look, grab the mic. Who has the mic?
Yeah,
let's get
y'all,
that mic
I
over
need
quicker.
more masculine energy.
That's
in here.
knowing. That's not what you know now, because back then, what's happening right now wasn't then.
But
so,
I
like,
asked
social
her
media
if I
wasn't
was
as
going to
strong.
start right now.
Right now.
That's what I asked Donni. If you're going to start right now.
But if you're working at the Cheesecake Factory right now, like,
Yes.
I don't know that you...
I don't think
The
you
way
would know
that
the
you
power of
positioned
it.
the question to me was, you don't know what you know right now. But what
Okay.
would you do right now?
Outside of what I know right now, if somebody's coming up to me, yo, I got a job, I'm trying to figure out what to do. In 2023, I'm going to pick up a camera and learn how to use it.
I think that's awesome.
So you think I wouldn't be a videographer?
I think that's
Why
based
not?
off of your environment. I think that's based off of the environment that you're consistently in.
How else would you answer the question, though?
Because
saying-
if you know, because you're basing it, like she said, you're basing it off of what you know now, not this moment right now. You're still
so
working.
what I'm
at
saying is
Cheesecake
I'm not
Factory.
using my skill set that I have now. I'm saying, like, so she knows that network marketing works based on what she knows. I'm not saying
Based
using
on
your, I'm
my
saying
pre-entrepreneur self, before I was ever an entrepreneur,
if you worked at Quick Trip right now and I'm saying you have the entrepreneurial bug and you're like, yo, I got to make some extra money. What are you going to do?
that's the answer that I gave
Network
you.
marketing, yes? And my answer is I'm going to find a camera and I'm going to use it. Because what I understand is that this is a skill that this is something that everyone needs. Not everyone, but most people need. And it's easy to exchange that service for money, and it doesn't cost me anything other than the camera and my time. So if I'm starting a business, I'm going into content creation, and eventually I probably snowball it into, more clients, and eventually, I don't know, creating a product where I know how to use this camera, and I'm just scaling up my skill set on this camera.
This guy.
Am I off?
You're basing it off of what you know.
What is up with y'all? No?
I don't think so.
What is she talking about?
He said based off of, he said,
Give him the mic. Give him the mic. Are y'all, everybody's confused? Because if everybody's confused, then I know
I'm
it's
not
me.
confused. What you're saying is very valid.
But you're saying
I love
you don't
the
think I would do
idea.
that.
No, I don't think you would know to do that. We're talking about pre-Dave, before understanding the world of content creation and all of this stuff. You were asking before these things. That's how you positioned it to me. But it's totally fine. I have a number 3 as soon as you make your comment.
I believe Dave said discount the skill set that you have right
Correct.
now. But knowing.
No, he said not knowing what I know right now.
No,
Discount your skill set.
Correct.
You're coming off of Quick Trip or something, or whatever job, the cheesecake, and people who have the bug to get off are aware of things.
Yeah, you can't even discount 100%. You wouldn't give me the answer of network marketing if you didn't know about network marketing.
But I knew about it pre-entrepreneur.
No, that's fine. So the purpose of this whole question is to give a listener an idea on something that they can do to make money right now. And if I was in the listener's position, I'm saying the number one thing that I would do if I didn't have a skill set,
Ooh.
I didn't have a skill set, I'm going to buy a camera and learn how to use it.
Number 3, I would start an apparel line, start selling apparel.
Okay.
I would get me a signature design, 1 or 2, stay in that zone, and sell clothes. It's something that I'm interested in. I have a passion about fashion. I have enough of a network to at least start making money now. Like to sell a couple of shirts. I know how to get those people to share within their network, and we start making a couple $1,000s a month selling shirts.
Okay. Number 4.
You have a list?
Well, I do. I just don't know where it's at.
This guy's prepared.
Because I did a call, and it just hit me. I did a call on Morning Meetup about it, and it was like a list of things that I would do. I can't find it. But I know one thing I'm going to do. One of them was taxes.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
Yo, it's such a short period of time that even the unsuccessful do 60, 70,000 in like a 3-month period. And what I understand now, especially talking to Annetta Powell, actually, she said it's a software that you bring me your W-2 or your thing from your job, and you ask them questions that are already on your computer screen. You plug them in, and the system calculates the return, and you tell them this is what they're going to get. So she said the hard part is you got to find the people. And she said the strategy is you go to the hood and you pass out flyers.
I like it.
So if you want to do that work, you make $200-$300 per thing, and they don't have to pay you the money. Mm-hmm. They just get it, on the back end or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's an option I'm going in.
What was that, number 4?
That was number 4.
Number 5.
I wish I could find my list.
Number 5, the one that I would start would be, that I actually think my daughter would be good at, is tech support for seniors.
Tech support for seniors? Mm-hmm. Explain that.
So, you have to be really right now, we're talking about starting a business right now. And in the day and age that we live in, we're very highly technology driven. Mm-hmm. It's really difficult to navigate any space right now. Things as simple as ordering things, grocery shopping, a lot of things are requiring technology. And seniors have a hard time adapting to all of these updates and things that you have to do now to stay in tune with technology. And they have to ask for help. Who do they go to for help? They go to their children, they go to their grandchildren, and God forbid they have to actually call a customer care line. And right now, a lot of customer care and technical support is how, they're people from other countries. So now you have a senior who has to pay attention to understand, number one, they move at a slower speed, trying to process what you're telling them to do, but also process this language barrier that's happening. And you have to talk to seniors in a very gentle, patient way. And I think tech support, someone who coins that idea, if you're really great at tech support and you're patient and you're calm, you'd be a fantastic person, like the go-to. How do I use this new iPhone? How do I set up this new thing? How do I get my Apple Music? How do I set up my new iPad? You do that for seniors, you found a gold mine.
I cannot find my list.
I don't know anybody who's done it, so it's still quite innovative. Not to say that there's nobody who does it, but it's still an innovative idea because that's not something that you see all the time.
That is actually brilliant.
Apple does it? That's dope. That's nice.
Apple
for their products though. Just think about tech support overall for seniors. I think you're so patient. I think you should think about that for sure.
Good. What else? What would I do? Maybe a book. I write a book.
For sure.
Simply because all books don't have to be expertise based. It could be a really cool story with a good moral or something that I believe in. And people that buy books don't necessarily finish them.
People that
or
buy
read
books
them.
don't necessarily finish. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Think about all the books you've bought. You probably not read more than you actually read cover to cover. But if the sales presentation is captivating and it makes sense, then you can make the sale. So I would probably write a book on relationships. Because I can say a bunch of stuff that makes sense, and you're going to judge the book by the cover, and the cover is good, and I'm sure it's going to be some good information in there. But all I need for me is to have a product in my hand that you can easily pay for. So if I can get a book printed for $3, $4, and I'm not doing drop shipping, I'm going to print as many as I can print because it gets cheaper that way. But if I can print a book for $3, $4, and I can go around with this message and sell this book for $25, meaning I'm profiting like $20, it's easy for me to calculate how many books I need to sell versus what my bills need. So that's what I would probably write a captivating, cool book about something that people want to hear about.
I like that.
What number was that? 6?
6. Number 7, I will start a podcast.
All right.
We're talking about today.
Yes.
I would see, so since I can remember, but highly on Facebook, like 2008-ish, 2010, that time period, like this woman that I'm looking at right now, I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey. I knew I would blog all the time on social media, and people would be like, you need to write a book, you need a talk show, because I was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I was talking about entrepreneurship, but I was also heavily talking about dating. Me and a then famous Atlanta DJ used to have these events called Single in the City. And it was like a speed dating event. We put a bunch of singles in a room at a small little lounge here in Atlanta, and we would do these Single in the City events. And then I would come back and I would just talk about them, like what happened and what the matches were and all this stuff. And people would be like, you're a mini Oprah and blah, blah, blah. So I always wanted a talk show. I didn't understand in the beginning that a podcast is essentially your own talk show. And so knowing how this industry has evolved now, I would start a podcast.
I like that. 7, I'd probably do a hybrid business. In the summer, landscaping, and in the winter, I don't know, I had to figure something to do in the winter. Snow removal, but I mean, if I live in Atlanta, that business is gonna fail in Atlanta. Raking leaves. Yeah. So landscaping for sure, because it doesn't take a skill set like that. You just have to not be terrible. You know what I mean? It doesn't, like, you don't have to be the one that puts the patterns in the lawn and all that kind of stuff. Or I would do, this is what I was gonna, like a hybrid business of landscaping and car wash, because I want a residual model. So my landscaper right now, they don't call me. They just come do it, and we pay them. You know what I mean? They just cut the lawn, and they're just on a schedule. So it's not, they only had to sell me once. And when the season changes again, I believe they just come back. I don't think they ask me like, yo, this year, are you ready? Because I know I got to get my lawn cut. If not, my HOA, they going to be on me. So I would go into landscaping. The only problem is I don't like that type of work. Hot. It's not the manual labor. It's just hot, and I'm not into that. So I would have to figure out a way to get other people to do it. But I know in the beginning, I got to get a lawnmower in around February, where it's not super hot, and then learn the skill and get a whole bunch of clients, and I could put some people in there by like May, because I'm not about to be out there mad hot. I'm just not into it.
What number are we on? 9? This is 9, 8. I am very good at writing, editing, creating. We are right now in a lot of entrepreneurs that I notice, they have courses, they are speaking. So I would start a business writing their course curriculum, writing period. I write their course curriculum, I would write their speeches and offer that as a service.
I like that. I can't think of anything else I would do. You know what I mean? I know there's some people that make good money. I just don't see how they do it with like sneaker reselling. Like they'll wait in the line for mad long and then they charge an extra $50 for the shoe, but I can't really see how you make money like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd do anything else.
I would also, what is this?
List.
I would also start a community. I would probably, if I were starting from scratch, I would start a community for women or moms, either or. But I stay in the realm of starting some type of community around women and like things like I would probably just create this cool community where we could talk about whatever we want to talk about. And we came, you know, if it's just for women, we came with our glass of wine or your glass of grapefruit juice, whatever you prefer. And we'd have conversations, especially in today's climate. There are a lot of conversations around women being the least ideal, Black women specifically. I would create some type of community where we came in and we made each other feel amazing, highlighted our gifts, our attributes, and it would, you know, we'd do a couple of things. Or I would start a group for moms, as I am a mom of a 21-year-old and I've kind of navigated through that space. So I'd be kind of like the head mom and have some other moms that are in there that have smaller children so we can all talk like through the transition of having infants and toddlers and then becoming empty, you know, having teenagers and then empty nesters. We go through that whole phase.
Man, speaking of which, it makes me want to talk about the persons in authority and influence where we talked about like doing the thing for the mothers. I don't want to talk about it here, but that was a phenomenal idea.
Yeah.
I want to go through this list that was written on the management library. It's on management.org. And they have a list, 30 best business ideas for 2024, profitable businesses to start. And we'll just run through the list and stop me if anything.
Just airdrop me that link.
Airdrop it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna like run through them, and if you got it, okay. If you hear anything, let me know. 1, online publisher. One of the most promising business ideas for 2024 is becoming an online publisher with global internet use growing by 82% since 2012. A massive audience is hungry for digital content. Creating your first blog page can be a lucrative business opportunity as demonstrated by the success of popular blogs like NerdWallet, okay?
Number
content
2.
Agency.
Number
digital
2.
Marketing firm.
Content agency.
Number 3. I mean, we don't have to like go back and forth.
Content agency is one that stands out for me so far. I personally, I don't know about online publishing, but we killers online content agency.
Digital marketing firm, bookkeeping.
Can I do one?
We're not gonna go back and forth.
I want to go back and forth. Number 4 is bookkeeping.
Okay, listen. You read the list, and if I have something to say, I'll just chime in. Number 4, bookkeeping. Number 5, we don't got to do all that.
Number 5, e-commerce company.
Okay.
Anything there?
Just keep going.
Number 6, web design and app development. Number 7, sell handcrafted items on Etsy.
Just keep reading.
You made a sound.
8,
number 8, become a reseller.
Service-based agency consulting business.
That's number 9. Number 10, direct-to-consumer food and beverage company.
But hold on. Let's read on that. The direct-to-consumer food and beverage industry has been experiencing remarkable growth. DTC companies bypass traditional grocery stores and offer unique products by shipping high-quality fresh food directly to customers. So that's like, I guess, cold packing juices or something like that.
But it's also anything that goes direct from the manufacturer to you, the consumer. You didn't have to go to a grocery store to get it.
Got it.
HelloFresh, yeah, like your meal prep companies, things like that. Number 11, Airbnb host. Is Airbnb still B&Bing right now?
I think people are still making money from it. It's just, they're just putting so much red tape around it. So.
Yeah. 12, dog walking, pet grooming, or other pet-related businesses. I think this is an excellent idea. Now that I have a senior pet that's home alone more than I would like for them to be, dog walkers would be amazing. Mobile pet groomers, people are taken care of. And then also, you were talking about a seasonal business. I don't like walking my dog in the wintertime. Somebody who comes through and walks the dog, I know you don't like walking the dog in the wintertime. I got you in the summer, but that winter is hard, right? Number 13, wedding planner, event planner. I actually tried to start a wedding planning and event planning business years ago. Like me, I have my whole notebook with all my clips and stuff. We were killing it.
Yo, my wife puts together like the most amazing like kids' birthday parties. This last year I was kind of lazy for Psalm, which when he gets older, I'm gonna let him know. but we just did like what was it called? Urban Air. It was still nice though. Like she's like the recreation catch air. Yeah, not Urban Air. Urban Air is a different experience. Catch air is really, really nice. But she's, if you ever like went to one of like Sarai's birthday party or something like that, she goes all out with the decoration. She's up the night before, and she loves it. And she was thinking about putting together a business just for kid parties because she's so good at it.
That's what me and my friend Oriana, shout out to Oriana Weish, did. When the girls were smaller, I used to throw the most elaborate parties for Deja.
Yep.
And she has a daughter who's about 2 years older. I don't know. I think this is just something that like moms go through. You start throwing these parties for your kids, and then you're like, I'm going to open a kid party throwing business. And so we had this whole business, and we did a couple of parties and soon learned it was just our kids that we like throwing parties for.
Hilarious.
Number 14, green energy solutions. What is this about? As the world becomes more environmentally aware, businesses that offer green energy solutions are in high demand. This environmental conscientiousness includes a growing need for renewable energy installation, energy efficient products, and sustainable consulting services. Okay.
Read that last part. I think that's
By providing solutions that help businesses and individuals reduce their carbon footprint, you can contribute to an environmentally sustainable future while building a profitable business.
I forgot one. Government contracting.
For sure.
This kind of reminded me because there are companies that need certain things and they'll pay you to, they have a budget for environmentally friendly, things, and they want to help the world or whatever, right? But I think that, I don't know why that triggered like government contracting, but yeah.
Number 15, virtual reality and augmented reality services. Number 16, personal wellness coaching.
Dang, the only problem is you got to actually be well yourself. So I don't know if I'm going that direction.
Well, that's personal wellness, and that's probably something I would have been interested in. I think that's even one of the things that I started kind of at first. When I first started, I was just a personal development coach. As I started becoming personally, and I wasn't even calling myself a coach. I had a group, I had a community. I was learning personal development, and I invited people who wanted to learn about personal development to come along with me. I didn't call myself a coach at that time. I wasn't. Number 17, online fitness training. Yo, this is so funny because it's just bringing me through my journey of like, I have tried a lot. Man, listen, I remember this gym. I was like 20 years old and did not work out, but everybody thought I was so fit. So I went in there and tried to teach an aerobics class. I got hired to teach an aerobics class. When I tell you these ladies took me through the ringer for like 3 days, by the 4th day, I'm like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. But yep, I tried to be a fitness trainer. Yep. Number 18, digital health monitoring. The digital health monitoring industry has been rapidly growing thanks to technological advancements and the increasing focus on preventative health care. Starting a business that offers digital health monitoring solutions such as wearable devices and remote patient monitoring systems allows you to contribute to the future of healthcare while building a profitable business. That's cool. I think anybody who's involved in like the medical space should be offering some type of telemedicine or telemedical appointments, things like that. 19, elderly care services.
That's strong right there.
Elderly care services. Did you have something to say there? No. Okay. You go. I'm tired of reading.
Mobile app development. I mean, it takes a lot. You know what I mean? And they classified as estimated startup costs, medium to high, earning potential high. And on this list, and maybe I don't want to promise the link because I don't think we're going to put it in there. But anyway, 21, subscription box services, sustainable products and services. 23, remote work tools and services, food delivery and meal prep services, artificial intelligence solutions, cryptocurrency and blockchain services. Really? You still be doing crypto?
Yeah, crypto is a thing forever.
Still? Oh. Ain't nobody been talking about no crypto lately.
They ain't talking about it because, I mean,
It's
all
down.
those people were dying. Like all them founders and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a lay low.
Online education and e-learning, social media management and marketing, smart home technology, and lastly, virtual events and experiences.
Listen, if you are amazing at social media, you're trying to find your way into entrepreneurship and you've got social media covered. I mean, you understand every new feature that comes out. When these features come out, you get excited about these features. You need to be doing social media management. But let me tell you this. I suggested this to somebody a couple of weeks ago and they say everybody does social media management. No, they don't. Everybody's not doing social media management correctly. Yeah. If you come out and you can figure out how to do social media management the right way, meaning you are qualifying your customer, interviewing your customer, learning the emotion of your customer, and you're able to articulate that through their social media so they're not having to tell you, or so the customer isn't having to tell you every single week, every single month, this, and this. If you're able to dial in and probably leverage some artificial intelligence, you'll kill it, because out of 100 social media managers that I have gone through over the years for clients and even trying some for myself, there were maybe two.
Yeah.
Maybe two who really understood social media management.
Yeah. Most people suck at it.
Most people, for sure. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because you're offering these services, you've got these price packages and all this stuff, and then you get back there and your captions are extra basic. The shots that you choose, like, you can tell that there's no passion in it and you didn't do any fact finding. There are a couple of things on this list that if you could figure it out, social media management is one of them. Virtual events and experiences, that's one of them. Like helping somebody turn their ideas virtually, make my virtual event look like I just walked into it.
And also there's a real job that people that is needed for a virtual event. If you're live streaming, normally when you live stream, the attendees on the other side they get to be in the room, right? They get to hear and see what's going on in the room. But what's even more valuable, especially if you're going to get to a pitch, is having someone in the comments and engaging and kind of like talking to the people while the event is going on. Then they feel, I feel a part of this culture. And if you're going to make a pitch or a sale at the end, they'd be more likely to buy. That's so I think what Terica did at Property Challenge Live is there was a whole little setup just for virtual. So when you're on break, there was somebody interviewing people, like just specifically for the virtual experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was dope.
Man,
that's
absolutely,
dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yes.
I was going to say in regards to the social media management, there's a lot of people that say they're in management, but they mix management with strategy. So they don't necessarily know how to build a strategy to reach somebody's goal and everything else. They only know how to post the content. Yeah. So some people will say, I'm a manager, and that's all they can do is post it, schedule it, reply to comments, reply to DMs, things of that nature. But somebody that knows how to strategize and know how to actually build out a 3-month strategy, or to reach your goal, to build a community, or to convert, or whatever the case may be, those are the people that you really will want to look for.
Bro, you know who I really am looking for? I have these ideas. First off, if you think of a page like the Shade Room, or let's say like the Jasmine brand or Hollywood Unlocked, they're just really good at repurposing content that's out already. Mm-hmm. But the branding is good and the messaging is consistent, and somehow they're finding a lot of this content. Even Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure page is dope because they're finding it's not just podcast clips. It's the things that are going on in the world, right? So this billionaire does this. This company lays off this many people, and they're finding that. I would be interested, and I actually asked Brandon to find me a VA too, that can find statistics about a specific topic or what's going on in the world and post 2 to 3 times on this page a day about this particular topic. But it's so hard to find somebody that can go find the information, 1, and 2, make it aesthetically pleasing, 3, and 2, what was 2, 3? Y'all get what I'm saying. And also be able to like caption it properly where you're having a conversation with the reader. So these pages are getting built and they're being sold. So they could sell the Shade Room. And who knows if they sold it already? Who knows? I don't know. But there are pages being built and sold. But the building of it, that may be one thing that I would probably do too.
Yeah, and notice that until Jason Lee started like doing a podcast, you didn't know who was behind Hollywood Unlocked.
Yeah.
And even without the podcast, because I don't think he calls it the Hollywood Unlocked, I think it's the Jason Lee Show or something like that. He could still very much sell Hollywood Unlocked. Like, notice that those are things, Shade Room, those are sites that you can sell that have no attachment to personal brand.
Yeah.
The same thing with, is it Justin LA Boy or Justin LaBoy?
Justin LaBoy.
Justin LaBoy, same thing. We know what he looks like now, but in the beginning,
Nobody
you didn't
knew.
know what he looked like. It was just a page full of black and white quotes. And you could literally sell those pages off. So if you have like, you know, some of you guys are looking for something to do. Maybe you have a weird fetish or a weird interest and you don't really want anybody to know that it's behind you. That's not a new thing. Like, people used to write erotica books all the time, but they didn't want their family to know that they were the authors behind these erotica novels, and they would come up with these fictitious names, write these books, and behind the scenes, they're killing it. They wrote the book. You can do the same exact thing on social media, whatever it is that you're interested in, your fetish is, whatever. Create a social media page, post content related to it, attract people who like that conversation, let the page grow so big, one day you sell it.
If people didn't know who you are, would you have like a OnlyFans fetish situation?
Yo. This is the third episode.
You feel me?
in
Yo,
a
I'm
row.
saying if it, like if you got nice feet, there are people who have foot fetishes.
Oh,
You
I
thought
would
about doing it?
absolutely.
See, it's all funny till it ain't funny no more. See? It's a good idea.
Listen, if y'all want to pay me hundreds or thousands of dollars to see these toes,
I think I do weird stuff with your feet though.
oh, you do.
For you, I don't know. I don't know.
You saw it.
I haven't seen it.
You got
but-
personal experience.
No, I just imagine if somebody's going to pay for the money, they want to see the weird stuff with the feet. Not
Do
just
you
the
like feet?
Well, no, bro.
I saw a
I don't
model.
like the fact that I get out the shower and my feet are on the floor like that.
Oh, I will never. I put my feet right into some. I dry my feet and step into slippers.
Yeah, but
immediately.
but the slippers got moisture on them too. So after
No,
a
you
while,
dry your feet.
there's still going to be slight moisture in
No,
there.
you thoroughly. What kind of dry off are you doing, 5-year-old?
Okay, so
You
tell me.
thoroughly
Okay,
dry
so
your
tell me the
feet.
process. You cut the water off. Then what happens?
I cut the water. Before my shower, I throw my towel over my shower curtain
Yes, I
because
do
my
that.
towel rack is far away.
Yeah.
I cut the water off. I open the door. I pull the towel. The very first thing I do is thoroughly dry the bottom of my leg and my
thoroughly.
foot.
It's not that thorough.
It is completely thorough. Thorough.
It takes a little while to
No,
thoroughly dry
I
your feet.
completely dry off just the bottom of my
Okay.
leg and my foot. I get in between my toes and
How much
I
time you
immediately
take?
stick my foot in the slipper.
You mean to tell me there's not still a little moisture after you dry off your feet?
My slippers are never moist.
They're not, but there's hints of moisture, which will, you got mildew in your joints.
I don't
At this
have,
point,
I do not have mildew in my slippers. Okay, I don't. David, you've been on some really weird stuff.
how is that
lately.
weird? Is that weird or a good idea? You don't want to talk about the dude talking about not letting people.
Oh, but
insert-
what I was about to say, essentially, whatever you want to start a business doing, you
Yes.
can. There's a young lady that they were talking about a couple of months ago. I saw this that's making a 6-figure salary off from OnlyFans, off of clipping her toenails. People pay her money to clip her toenails, and I personally think it's a very weird obsession. But she's making 6 figures and providing for her family, clipping her toenails. So whatever your weird idea, your unconventional or your conventional idea is, just give it a try. Give it like you wouldn't come to a person like a Donni Wiggins or David Shands and say, hey, what do you think about me starting a business clipping my toenails? We're not the right fit for you to ask that question to. But you
crazy.
could go.
I would brand that.
Oh, I wouldn't brand it.
Absolutely.
You could go to somebody else who's
I would help. Yeah. What's wrong
crazy
with
enough
that?
to brand it. No, go ahead, do your thing.
I'm not gonna do it, but if there was a client like Olivia says, yo, For some reason, last couple dudes I've been dating, they be like, "Yo,
Let me clip
your
your
nails."
toenails.
Yeah, it's like clip your joints in front of me real quick, and that's what's they into.
I hope that she's packaging them up like 2 or 3 clippings and shipping them out as
You
a
feel me?
bonus.
You feel you wouldn't take equity in that?
No, I don't want equity in it. I just
All right, fine.
Mike.
Hey, listen,
behind you.
y'all.
Hold on, he's got something to
If
say.
you got something going on, it's not too raunchy. Let me know.
You don't think clipping? You don't think that's raunchy?
clipping your toenails?
No, the person on the other end. The reason that they want your clippings of your toenails from your toenails.
What's wrong with that? That's like saying you don't want to be a bathing suit model because people going to like post you on their wall and go crazy.
Yo, you got a question?
I think
You feel me? I was like, I don't want to do that because I know what y'all gonna be doing with my poster.
I
It's
think
crazy. It's
that
clipping your toenails.
Would you do it? Would you model for a men's magazine, like in some boxers, shirtless?
It depends on the magazine. If the theme is like regular, if it was like a dad bod mag,
Let's do a social proof calendar of let's have the audience, the community vote on who they want to see in the calendar. And let's do a social proof calendar. You on the front cover, I'm on the back cover, and everybody in between.
I'm with it.
But you gotta have on, it's a swimsuit calendar.
Yeah, I'm with that.
You with it? Let's do it for 2024.
Yo, it would keep
would
it
be
at 100.
lit.
that would go hard.
Because it's such a shock factor. Nobody puts regular bodies on a calendar.
Nobody puts regular bodies on the Y'all think that'll go hard?
I think some people rock with it.
My face drops.
Not everybody wants the
Let's
abs
do
and the
it.
chest and all that kind of stuff. Somebody want a little
Some
flabby
people love
situation,
regular
right?
bodies, but that doesn't mean that. Remember, they're voting on who they want to see. So you got like Halani has been on Social Proof. They'll vote for her.
No,
she can't do it. She'll shut me down. You hear me?
Ronnie, a little too fine, okay? A little too worked
Halani will
out.
come
all
out
right?
here and be like, Donnie, who?
Her husband, Jason, he's out of there.
He's out of there?
Nah.
We ain't getting like Carter Cofield.
Now we
and-
got Neo 500. We need them.
You got Alex. We getting that.
Look
All
at
right.
that.
All
Got
right.
Alex
All
out
right.
here. Okay, what you got?
I was gonna say with the toenail clippings, it reminded me of a business that I know jumped during COVID.
What was that?
Scented Rose.
Scented Rose? No. What's that?
When they said the toenail clippings, scented it.
What's Scented Rose? What is
That
this?
is disgusting.
No, there's a business.
That's extremely
Wait, do you
different.
mean you use the rose and
You talking
you
about the
send
little
it?
rose?
No.
What is Scented
Or
Rose?
maybe
What is Scented
No,
Rose? Are you talking about the little red rose thing?
not the
Okay,
rose.
tell us what you're talking about.
I think it was a subscription where the subscribers are able to get a pair of panties, and the pricing was
I think I heard
dictated about the time of use,
Yeah, so there I've seen plenty of
Yo.
women sell their used panties, and men want
know if I can
there's
get behind that.
categories. They want
They got
different
vending machines
things in your
Japan to sell
panties.
them.
They want different things in.
So there are men, there are categories, like if you want a freshly worn pair, I only kept it on a second. There are you've worked out, after you've worked out in your panties, you want that. You've got period panties, they want that. Farts,
no.
yeah, I saw that. There are women who get on OnlyFans in front. I saw this a couple of years ago, and maybe it was during COVID. There was a woman, she did a whole thing. She gets on her OnlyFans. She sits in front of the camera. She farts in her panties, takes them off, hurries up and puts them in packaging and sends them out. And they're bidding for these panties.
I did it.
Yo.
You did it?
You did what? Oh, get on the mic. Get on the mic. Hand me that. Yeah. Wowzers. Yo, Olivia's always a joy to have around for content. I tell you. Okay, you said you tried what?
Yeah, so I was live streaming during COVID to make money, and I saw the girl who was farting, and so I tried like the whole like, you know, I'm coming from stripping, so it wasn't like weird to do the online stuff. And so yeah, I sold probably about like 10 pairs of panties and all varieties of.
Why'd you stop?
Like after you danced in them or something? Is it like after you danced or something?
She was farting.
I mean, there was farting. There was like wear it for 2 days. There was like spray it with perfume and like.
How much? Yeah, how much was you selling them?
It was $100 per pair, and
Wow.
it was just weird. Like it was just weird.
That is weird.
It is just weird.
Hold on, do you have an OnlyFans?
No,
You've never thought to do it?
no. Well, I mean, I thought about it, but like, yeah.
I'm not encouraging it, but I'm just saying.
I have a manager.
Yo, hold on. First off, Donni, you didn't see it. Donni, you didn't see it. J Star was like, yo, you need a manager. Nella was like, no, shut up. I was like, you will not be managing this one.
It was weird.
Mike.
It was weird, but is it any more weird than like the fetish that men have over exotic dancers?
It's the conversation, and no. But I think like at that point, I had already started transitioning out of that.
Adult life.
Right. And so the conversation before the sale gets made, like the pitch, is disgusting.
Did you get
Like,
feedback
You
on
talking
your
about online?
panties after they received them?
Yeah, they wanted more. Like I could have kept going, but it was just like talking to the guys and like they want a video chat. They want to see you wearing the panties. They want to like do. They want to tell you all the nasty things they did with your panties, and like hearing it is just too much.
Hold on, there was like an after service that you provided?
That's what I'm like. Did you get feedback and reviews on the panties after?
Yeah, like-
those stunk just enough.
Not-
No, they wanted panties that she wore for days. That doesn't smell good, right?
Smelling good is relative.
She
Some people-
farted in panties. Did it stink just enough? After you wore these panties for 3 days.
It's a smell. Like if it doesn't stink, your thing still has like a smell.
Yeah, it's
like
a-
your
it's a
private,
fragrance.
it's a hormone or.
Oh, I'm familiar, but
Yeah.
what I'm like,
That's
I would imagine that the only reason they want you to send them panties, you know, there really is a category of men who like smelly vagina.
Yeah.
And I would think that that's the only reason they want you to send panties that you've worn for days.
Yeah. There's women that like men too, like after their, sweaty kind of.
I have no idea.
This is wild. How did the conversation get here? I don't know. It be Donni, bro. I'm talking about the little clippings of the nails. No problem with it. That's not showing off any explicit body parts or doing nothing weird.
How did the conversation get here?
We're just talking about entrepreneurship at its finest. So hopefully you all.
Well, there's
took
an idea
something.
for you. Everybody got a pair of dirty drawers laying around. Men too.
Are you encouraging this?
Is there a category of men who sell used boxers?
I have no idea.
I'm sure there's weird stuff going on.
but
all
I
over
wouldn't
the place.
doubt it.
Yeah, there's always people that are into stuff.
I would be so afraid to put my nose up to a pair of men's boxers.
I would be so interested in knowing all of the categories of OnlyFans pages because there's probably some really unique.
Is there a
stuff
way
in there.
like to just see the page categories?
who has the app downloaded already?
He tried to catch me.
Jay, let me get your phone real quick.
Same thing on like.
Ain't nobody volunteering.
Reese turned his head so fast.
Reese,
let me see your phone
Reese,
real
you got
quick.
OnlyFans? Reese, you got OnlyFans? No. Have you ever had an account? Keep it
Or
on there.
Twitter.
Yeah, y'all can go to Pornhub. It's free.
Wait, Twitter is twitting like that?
Yo, what?
I know that.
Original OnlyFans.
Twitter, I had to unfollow. It was thousands of people I had to unfollow because it's like if you follow me and I like something, it'll show up on your timeline.
I left Twitter a long time ago because it was just too much nakedness, like full, like
Nah, it's porn.
But I didn't know that. Are they like?
Yeah,
Twitter's
yeah,
porn for sure.
I was on
She mad about the whole management thing. Say what you gotta say, bro.
No, I don't do Twitter. I don't really do Twitter either. But I was on TikTok and just happened to like go through my For You, and the girl was like, "Yeah, well, just check out my Twitter." And I went on Twitter, and it was like her whole page is nothing but like porn. I was like, "Yeah,
What girl?
that's why." I don't know.
What's her username?
I
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yo, the face Bella's making right now. That story, I'd have made it a fictional situation. Like, yo, my boy had this girl.
Yeah. We were talking about it at the game.
What you mean? This girl told you to go to her page. No
you
woman
went down the rabbit hole on this broad?
No woman has ever told me to go to her page, and I checked it out. I just don't start conversations like that. Okay, that was good. Listen, y'all, like, subscribe, please. Share this with someone that you love. Well,
because we gave y'all some of the dopest business ideas and a couple of sketchy 100%. Ones too. Listen, at Social Proof Podcast, we make sure to cater to entrepreneurs of all type. We're not sticking the muds. Mm-hmm. We understand that y'all are into some really weird stuff sometimes, and some of you are into some really conventional stuff. So I think we covered all the bases on this episode.
For sure.
If you didn't find an idea here, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, man.
We are going to put the link to this episode that we were reading from. Let's drop it in the chat so we can put the link in this episode that seriously gave you a couple of good ideas to start a business. And if any of them resonated with you, drop it in the comments for us. The business idea that you may not have thought about or what was confirmation for you. What business you think that you'll get started on right away based on the list that we discussed.
Absolutely. Y'all got some value? Any ideas that you have? You're gonna something you want to launch based on this conversation? Maybe the seniors
tech support.
Ah, okay.
That piqued a little interest in you, right?
I just know from personal experience, meaning
Oh, because you want to take care of elderly people anyway, right? That'd be good. Give her a mic. Yeah. You don't care about the elderly people? Is that where you were going?
That's not where I was going with that. But they do need help. Technology.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so okay. In your head, how does the business operate?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. Like, I don't know if you just hold a class that they can like a subscription type of thing, like a Zoom, or like if you have an in-person class. Like Apple, they do in-person classes. Like
good luck getting a bunch of elders on a Zoom.
Nah, but I wonder if it's like senior living facility. Like, let's say.
Oh yeah, you.
Here's what I'm thinking. If I own one, that would be something maybe I provide.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
true.
and I pay for it.
That's true.
That's something that you guys need to think about seriously.
Like going to places.
You could go. You could even like have that. You could travel doing this. Like have a tour where I want to come service your seniors, and there are people like I would be very interested. I would pay you to sit, with my mom and teach her some stuff. Seniors feel really confident when they know what to do with technology. They're really proud of themselves. Mm-hmm. And this is a recurring subscription model because we're always going through these updates and things. I think let's get it.
That would be crazy. Here's an ill part of this service too. This is what I would do. One, a lot of them aren't on like Instagram and stuff,
right.
But I think it's a lot of entertaining information, and we'd find all of the people that maybe they've watched growing up and they don't know that they're on Instagram, or finding a whole bunch of things that are interest, and they just be scrolling just like us all day, the things that they like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They love TikTok though, TikTok and Facebook. They still love those things. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
We're on to something.
Let's have a meeting about it.
Let's.
This is lit. It's
lit.
Yeah, for
Listen,
sure. We can hire like college students and high school students and build out a whole little business around that. Let's talk about it.
Don't give it all away.
This is what he does. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Let's execute.
We could get. Here's what I've learned. You can give it all away, but nobody has my sauce.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Nobody has my sauce.
Yep.
Period.
All right, y'all. Listen, man. Like, subscribe, please. Add some comments in the chat, okay? And share this with a friend or family or loved one, man. The best support is engaging with our content, okay? So go on your Social Proof, go to your Apple device and type in Social Proof Podcast. Also type in Full Transparency with Donnie Wiggins, and I need you to hit subscribe on both of those podcasts, okay? Also, Growing Pains, all things Gen Z. Hit the subscribe on Growing Pains podcast as well. New podcast called Nice Watch. Y'all pull out your phones. We got a podcast called Nice Watch. It's lit. It's lit. So Ernestine and Karan, who are like seasoned actors, they've been in a bunch of movies. They produced all that kind of stuff. Oh, shouts out to me too. I'm an executive producer in this new movie. I don't know if I can talk about it. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So Nice Watch. Yes. So there's a big problem. This is the kind of stuff that I think of, right? One day, me and my wife, we were sitting home trying to figure out, we have dinner plans. So on Fridays, we try to get together, we'll order some food for the family, and we decide we're gonna sit in front of the TV and watch Netflix or watch a movie. But y'all know the biggest problem? You know, deciding what to watch. It literally takes 45 minutes. Because I don't want to start watching something that's bad, so you got to look at the reviews, what other people are saying about it. Got to call your friends, all that kind of stuff. So I hit Ernestine, was like, yo, I got this idea. And actually, Karan came up with the name, where you all, those two are like the black Siskel and Ebert, or giving you the things that you need to watch and look out for. They're not giving away the whole thing, but we'll give you some ideas on what to watch. Even me sitting in the recording, I've been able to watch some really nice watches. So it's called Nice Watch. Like, you're like, oh, that's a nice watch. But not like a watch, but it's a nice watch. So check it out, man. It's a dope concept. And they're coming from actors' perspective. And they're teaching things that you never noticed in movies before. So it's an educational thing too. So it's lit. Yeah, man, subscribe to all the stuff that we got going on.
All that good stuff. We will see you guys next week.
Peace. If you like the video that you just watched, click this one. You're going to like this one, maybe even more. Click it right now.